Private clubs are only as successful as their approach to innovation, in offering services and amenities that appeal to their members. That was true then. It's true today. And for the last 70 years, we've never lost sight of that. Our members believe that passion leads to progress, no matter where, how, or why our job became our career.
I was born and raised in the club management business and followed my father's footsteps into this business.
I got into the club business when I was in high school. Found that I really enjoyed the country club, ended up staying there, got promoted.
I was born in New Hampshire, and my parents have a breakfast and lunch restaurant, and I actually started working at the age of 9 and just love the hospitality industry.
My background was actually in psychology, of all things. Started off as a psychology major, and of course that translates very well into the club industry.
Born and raised in Vancouver, Canada, and set off from there, graduated college in that part of the country, and then moved to Atlanta, Georgia, where worked at Cherokee Town and Country Club for about 5 years, and then traveled from there to, brought me south into Florida.
I've done departmental things. So I started out in the dining room as a hostess. I've worked in the locker room. I've worked the pool girl. I've worked in catering for many years. Everything around the club pretty much until I became clubhouse manager about a year and a half ago.
I've been in the industry for over 20 years now, and it's been an exciting and interesting journey.
I started as a server here at the club at Barefoot Beach, and 3 years later I became management. And I love my job, I really do. I get to see everyone and meet everyone's families, and it's a great experience.
This is just a small sample size into the background and upbringing of the more than 700 men and women who belong to our association and embody what it means to be a club management professional here in the state of Florida. And as we make the turn, no pun intended, into our 70th year, the Florida chapter of the Club Management Association of America wants you to know that regardless of how they got their start in the business, our members are as engaged as they ever have been in advancing their careers within the walls of your club, from Jacksonville to the Keys, and from Clearwater Beach on the west to the Palm Beaches in the east.
So CMAA was founded and is today an association that is intensely focused on the professional development of our members. I don't ever see that changing. And the value that that brings to a club by hiring and retaining an actively engaged CMAA manager is that they should feel a sense of comfort knowing that this is a man or a woman who is exceptionally well informed, well trained, and well educated on best practices in the industry and the competencies that are necessary to be successful as a manager today.
One of the big things has been the continuing education push that they have within it. Used to work in resorts prior to this, and that element of it wasn't there. In all of CMAA, the push to continue to stay current, to continue to stay educated in our field has been terrific. It's rewarding, it really is.
Well, the education we offer is first rate, and there's no question about that, because the industry is in a constant state of change. Of course, there's always going to be dialogue and discussion around, let's call them the staple topics, but these other ancillary topics that are becoming, into the forefront and into the fray at a very rapid speed, we're trying very hard to stay out ahead of that. So I think there's real value in staying engaged and having an annual touch point, because there will always be new information that we're offering topic-specific solutions for in a very real-time way.
Technology is an area that really is going to impact us going forward, and I think we're just scratching the surface of how technology will affect us, and so therefore it is something we really need to keep our eyes on to say what does it do in the club and what could it do, and how do we get our arms around it to make it the best possible it can be for the club.
Boards want to be liked. Their friends are here, they live here, they don't want to stir things up, but at the end of the day, they have a fiduciary responsibility to do the right thing. And if I can provide them with information, data, that shows that this is what the industry is doing, this is what clubs in South Florida are doing, and give them the information so they can make good decisions, that's really where the value comes from CMAA.
The value is basically, in my opinion, an investment in the individuals. We all have a responsibility and an obligation to further this industry, and I think it starts with the young future professionals that are leaders of this organization that are going to make an impact.
The thing that comes out of our gatherings together are the networking opportunities and the long-term relationships that are, of course, they benefit and enrich us personally, but they clearly benefit and enrich us professionally, which benefits and enriches the club, because there are countless times when boards are desirous of seeking information about what other clubs in your market are doing, and how better can we do that than to reach out to our peers that we're comfortable reaching out to obtain this information about how they're operating their businesses.
I now have countless people that I could easily pick up the phone and call whatever situation I may have, be able to bend their ear on whatever the topic may be, get their input, guidance, counsel, to bring that back to the situation at my club and apply that history and knowledge of whatever they've been through, that I could perhaps apply it here, given my situation, whatever I may be facing.
When you ask what's at stake or what the risk elements are, quite frankly, when you're dealing with highly successful people that have worked or achieved financial successes in their life that enables them to enjoy and pursue and enjoy a specific lifestyle, if you're involved with either enhancing or, God forbid, negatively impacting that lifestyle, then it becomes personal. There's high risk. At the same time, high risk, there's also high reward.
We just finished a $37 million renovation project. I can assure you that when we did our homework, we went to every club in the area. We were welcomed because they were CMAA colleagues, and we were told the things that they did right and the things that they did wrong. And I guarantee you they saved us a ton of time and an unmeasurable amount of money. Because if you know you have something that didn't work in 2 other clubs, why would you do it? So using those contacts, using that education from those other clubs to your advantage on a project of our size was invaluable.
That's what CMAA is about. It's about education, it's about leadership, it's about networking, and it's mostly about creating new friendships in the industry and learning and working with each other to help promote our organizations. That's what we're all about, helping each other.
So it's a great investment. It's a great investment in us as their employee, but it's also a great investment in their club, which, oh, by the way, they all own.
In the big picture, big scheme of things from a budget perspective, it's a small investment that has huge returns.
The value to me as a professional is irreplaceable. What I've learned over the years, my continuing connection with the association, with my peers and colleagues around the country, you cannot put a price tag on it, but I think the real victory is when the people in my boardroom see and identify and understand that value to the business. Over the years, I think we've been our own worst enemy because there's been this cloud of secrecy almost about our membership with CMAA, and today's manager is far more transparent with their board about their engagement in our association. We're proud of the money we're investing in professional development for ourselves and our teams, and our boards, they're all business people. They see this impact firsthand, and they get it, they understand it, and they support it.
We always kind of look at what we did well, how we can improve on things from year to year, and I think moving forward, things are only going to get better, so I'm excited about the future.